All right, well, thank you again for joining us. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Josh, I'm sure it is just a gift for our viewers.
A gift, yeah. You reminded me, I think I need to stop at Kroll's on the way home and pick up a Valentine gift. So
here we go, Taylor jumping against Cass, and it's going to be controlled by Ronish, and Dean will take a look. What's Custer going to set up in? 2-3 zone, it looks like, Josh.
Yep, 2-3 zone here, so Rangers will get into their offensive set here. Looks like a high screen, and shot up and good there by Lily Ross. So a nice set play on the 2-3 zone there, and the Rangers come up back with their man-to-man defense, full court man-to-man defense, looking to try to apply some pressure. And good backdoor cut there, but Lily Ross gets a hand on the ball. Custer Wildcats control the basketball. And shot put up there by Sedlacek, and the shot is good. And so 2-2 ball game here, two quick shots by each team. And yep, the Wildcats do fall back into that 2-3 zone, really pressure the top of that zone, and then kind of pack it in there. Anna Dean's shot going to be blocked.
Yeah, good block there by Larson, but the ball will go out of bounds. It'll stay with Hill City, and we'll see what Hill City wants to do, how they attack the zone on the baseline out of bounds play here. Quick start for both teams, though. They did rule that a two-pointer, so it's 2-2 on that shot by Sedlacek. So Taylor at the top of the key, and again, we typically say a zone, you want to attack it from the inside out, right? So you hit the ball to the high post, that's where Taylor is, and the zone collapses. Or you try to get the ball to the short corner and kick it out for an open look, and that's what happens there for the Rangers.
Up and three, up and good for three. And if you remember last year against the Wildcats, they really sagged off Elena Dean, and it really forced her to get in the gym. We talked about this for the summertime. You know, it doesn't feel good when a team basically is daring you to shoot. She got in the gym, they sag off her there, and she knocks down the three-pointer. So
yeah, that's a good point. Last year, they just totally, the term we use in basketball coaching is they dorked her. They just simply did not guard her. Turnover there by Larson. The Rangers will get the ball, a little 2-2-1, kind of a soft press here, and Dean drives right into it, and that'll be a turnover. And Larson on the way, no good.
Anna Dean comes down with the ball. She does have Ross ahead, doesn't see her. Dribbles the ball down and going to be fouled on the play. Foul there on Bailey Cass. That'll be her team first foul here with 6:22 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, Bailey Cass, the sophomore. Her sister is Allie Cass, number 23, 1,000-point scorer for Custer. She's a really good player. And then father is Toby Cass, who's the high school principal and head basketball coach here in Custer.
Rangers work the ball around the perimeter against the 2-3 zone, just trying to get set up here. They do get Taylor to the high post. She gets the ball over to Ronish, and Ross tries to dribble, kind of gets into a double team there, is going to turn the ball over.
Oh, trouble matching up in transition there. Sedlacek gets a shot at the rim, no good. It's going to be a foul on Ronish as she reaches in. Back on the other end here, Ross dribbled into two people. That's not a bad move against a zone, but she went maybe one dribble too many. So one other way that you can create space in a zone is you can dribble at two people, get them to collapse, and then you have
look to dish the basketball there. Yep. Then so it'll be a 5-second call. So good defense by the Rangers on the out of bounds play. They'll take over possession here, and yeah, the Wildcats come back with their 2-2-1. Kind of trapping full court defense there, and the first time it did cause a turnover for the Rangers.
Yeah, again, if you're Hill City, try to center the basketball, get right on Smokey's head here and try to, get the ball there. That way you have options. And another turnover, so it is effective, and there's Cass to the right. She loses the ball. Makes you wonder if there's too much air in that thing or what.
Yeah, because it's bouncing high there. Both teams kind of losing possession.
This is like the football field at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, with the turf, yeah, but it's the basketball.
All right, so again, the Custer's really effective here. They let Hill City inbound the ball, and then they, after that trapping areas where they really try to attack. So 2-1, 3 straight turnovers on the press. And again, last time these two teams played, this one Coach Ginsbaugh finally just said, Maggie, go get the ball and just dribble it up the court. So he might go back to that here.
What I also like about her having the ball, she can see over the top of the outstretched arms and can find the open players. It's a pretty effective way to beat that press. We've seen it not just against Custer, but some other times during the season.
There's Ramsey. We talked about Ramsey Karen. We talked about she's a green lighter. So she gets the ball, and finally the Hill City Rangers get across half court.
Anna Dean to the basket, can't get the bucket to go, and rebounded by the Wildcats, and now they'll look to bring the ball into the front court. Ball goes to Sedlicek, dribbles down, passes off to, rejected there by Cass. A shot put up and going to be blocked by Maggie Taylor. Yeah, Maggie Taylor does bring the ball up, and the Wildcats do get into that press even after the miss.
Yeah, nice job on that last possession. It was a good drive by Cass, and then Maggie Taylor's just so long, and there's a rebound by Ronish. Can't finish. So again, Custer, it appears, with the zone is just kind of daring Hill City to shoot from the outside. They're really trying to pack it in here. So new scoreboard from Landon Wiley here with the graphics. I just looked down and noticed that. So
steal there by Maggie Taylor. Yeah, I like the scoreboard. You can see right through it to see the action that might be occurring on the other side of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it transparent.
Transparent.
Yes.
Not translucent.
Again, feel free to hit the mute button. Josh and I are not professionals. This is kind of our one time. We'll throw out a disclaimer. Don't be afraid to hit the mute button.
Yeah, I'm finding myself watching the screen now because that's so cool rather than the game that's in front of me. Nice job, Landon. All right, so the Rangers bring the ball up the court. Elena Dean.
They kind of extend there.
Yeah, it's almost like it is just that extended, that 2-3 zone.
It's a kind of a box and one almost, isn't it? Where one Maggie has it, they swarm her, but Maggie can't get it to go, and she's going to get a couple good looks at the rim, but she just can't get it to go. So I do think that's a box and one, Josh. It looks like a point matchup zone because number one, Allie Kelly's going to guard the ball, but when it goes into Taylor, everybody else just sags back. So.
Yeah, and I think it might be a key when Allie Kelly comes into the game. She came into the ball game, and they kind of switched up that defense a little bit, so that'll be interesting to watch. Shot put up and just in and out for Sedlicek there. And now Maggie Taylor's going to bring the ball up.
And it's just nice when you have a 6'2 player that can get the rebound and then have the confidence to bring the ball up the court. And like you said, Allie Kelly's just kind of the ball chaser here. And so a little two-man game here with Maggie and Lily. Nice spin move, just won't go. And hustle play. Ball's going to go out of bounds and should stay here at Hill City, it looks like. So after both teams getting some quick buckets, it's really kind of stalled out, hasn't it, Josh? And I think the defenses have adjusted here. So there's just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
And Abby Cutler checks into the ball game for the Rangers here. So a couple subs on both sides of the basketball. Ball comes into Taylor, back out to Dean. Yeah, and the Rangers just seem like they're not quite comfortable with the defense that the Wildcats are playing at this time. Ball's going to be turned over there on the baseline, and Cass will bring the ball into the front court for the Wildcats.
Bailey Cass, deep three straight on, just misses. Not a bad look, though. She's got a good shot. Here comes Taylor pushing the ball ahead to Cutler. Ronish in the corner. And kudos to Custer for getting back on defense. You know, Hill City's obviously not very comfortable in the half-court offense, right? I mean, they've struggled here to get good looks, and so Hill City's going to want to push the ball in transition. Custer's getting back. They're doing a great job. There's Karam, and misses. Hill City gets lucky because she's a good shooter. She'll make that more often than not.
Good defense there by Maggie Taylor. Steals the ball away, and now Lily Ross looking to push. Good defense there by the Wildcats again to stop the break. Taylor's going to control the basketball, and now the Wildcats get back into their, it is, I think, you can almost call it a 2-1-2 zone, where the center player in the zone is playing a lot higher. It's kind of like a dice defense rather than the 2-3 with the lower player on the baseline.
Yep, another turnover for the Rangers, and it's going to be a foul on Elena Dean, who did foul out the first time these two teams played each other. So a minute 38, we're knotted up at 5, and Anna Dean's going to check in for her sister, Elena Dean. That's 2 team fouls for the Rangers, and Custer's sitting at 2 team fouls as well. So Cass to Slodchek. Shot on the way is going to be short. Good box out by Cutler, but she can't get it, and Karam just out battles her for it and gets the rebound. bucket is up and good.
That was that bouncing basketball. I don't think she expected it to bound up over her head there. Good play by
Karam. Yep, so now the Rangers, after, again, scoring a couple buckets in the first 2 minutes, they went scoreless here for about 4 or 5 minutes. Good drive by Dean, and that's how they're going to have to attack that zone. Nice cut by Dean.
Yeah,
good find by Taylor.
Yeah, and, like you said, she moved after. Sometimes against the zone, the offense gets kind of stuck standing. Even after they pass the ball, they just stand in the same place. Really good job there by Anna Dean to cut to the basket, and Taylor found her for the layup. So tied back up here.
Good
Wildcats,
switch
good,
there by Taylor. And she's really had a nice game, just defensively impacting the game. She's going to go help get the ball. So, you know, we've talked about it this year, Josh, but there's a sense of calm when Maggie Taylor has the ball, and she finds Ronish for a deep three. It's senior night.
All right, yeah, senior night.
Everything goes in when you're a senior on senior night.
Nice confidence shot there by Ronish just to step up and shoot that and knocks it down. So the Rangers take the 3-point lead here. 12 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and the Wildcats will turn that one over.
Yeah, so a couple subs come in, and it's going to be Larson and number 11, who is Forgy, checking into the game. 11 seconds left to go here. And you would think the Rangers could get the last shot here. They've struggled a little bit with the pressure, but Taylor's done a nice job. They have clock was a little late starting. Ross to the rim gets blocked, and so
now the Wildcats are going to have a chance to get the last shot here.
Larson on the way is no good. So that's the way the first quarter will end, 10-7. Really a kind of a streaky first quarter. You know, Hill City had a couple buckets early, then Custer, and then neither team scored for a while. So
yeah, I do feel like both teams really have not found their sea legs offensively yet. The game hasn't really been flowing, and each team got a couple nice buckets, but nothing really strung together for either team. We'll see if they can both settle in here. Give credit to both defense, right? We know the Hill City Rangers usually play solid defense. We're on TV.
Actually,
right.
So
we're inside the internet.
They just announced that Jeff Anderson and his wife Stacy 25-year anniversary today. So it's more than just basketball here, right?
On Valentine's Day, look at we don't have the camera on the Valentine cheerleaders there. So,
but no, a really exciting first quarter there. Elena Dean led the way for the Rangers with 3. Her and Ronish both knocked in a 3. Anna Dean 2 and Lily Ross 2. Again, it seems like Custer really wants to pack it in and dare Hill City to knock some shots down from the outside. Ramsey Karam 5, and then Saladchek with 2.
Yeah,
so
on the opposite side, it seems like the Wildcats are playing the opposite offensively. They've taken a lot of threes. They haven't taken very many shots right in. I think they maybe know Maggie's a little bit of a presence inside there, and have not knocked down the threes, but they've taken quite a few this quarter so far.
Yeah, and again, I'm sorry you have to listen to us, and now you have to see us thanks to Landon.
They missed that
the
cheerleader presentation.
Yeah. Well, as we get ready to kick off the second quarter here, the Wildcats will have the ball. Again, if you are paying attention here, good job. Good teams on offense, they get to where they want to be. Watch Custer. They spend a lot of time on the right-hand side of the floor. If you're Hill City, we always say, even going back to like second grade basketball, push them left, right? Make them go to their weak hand. Yes. And right there, Larson goes left, and she's going to travel. So just maybe something to watch if Coach Ginsbaugh tells his girls to get on that hip, push them left. We'll see. So a turnover here to start the second quarter, and Landon Wiley's keys to the game have rung true here because both teams with a lot of turnovers, 2-on-1, nice ball movement.
Yep. Shot put up there by Taylor, doesn't go.
Good hustle by
Ronish. Yep, and the ball over to Dean. She's going to kick it back out to Ross. Ross will take the 15-foot jumper. Can't get it to go, and that one's rebounded there by Karam of the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job of Bailey Cass to keep it alive, but also Kara Ronish just playing really hard this game. She got her hand on that ball as well. So Bailey Cass, deep 3. She's a really good shooter. That shot's a little bit unorthodox as she sort of cocks and loads it, but she's a really good shooter. Here's Allie Cass. Shot on the way is going to be no good. So Custer's had a few good looks here. Saladchek shot on the way, no good.
Fighting for the rebound, the Wildcats are really doing a good job. The Rangers do come down with that one. They've got Lily Ross running out there, but the Wildcats are doing a good job. Even after that missed shots, they're still pressuring the basketball. Don't allow the Rangers to get out, get the run out, and cause the Rangers to have to call a timeout there to retain possession.
Yeah, nice job there by Custer to crash the offensive boards. And if you're Coach Ginsbaugh in the huddle, you're telling your team, hey, that's been our Achilles heel this year, right? And so it's not typically the first shot that beats you. It's the second or the third shot. So
yeah, and the other thing I think that the Rangers can look at, and maybe Coach Ginsbaugh is talking about, the outlet pass, usually you say get right to the three-point line, and that's right where the Wildcats are going. You might get a little bit deeper and try to get Maggie Taylor just to go over the top of that first wave of pressure, and then I think the Rangers have a chance to attack the basket.
Yep, that's a good point. When we were coaching, we would say banana cut your way through it. It seems like the Rangers are getting their butt to the sideline, but they're just standing there, and then that's when the trap comes. So, again, kudos to Custer Wildcats. I love the way they trap off of a missed shot. So, a little different look here, kind of a 2-2-1.
That's the look I think they've been presenting the whole game.
It was a softer 2-2-1. They were
like a three-quarter court trap.
Thank you, yes. And so Taylor inside. Let's just move on to the next topic.
Taylor's going to be fouled on the shot. Good post entry there, and good, nice move by Maggie Taylor. Can't get the shot to go, but she does earn 2 foul shots there. Fouled on the play by
Solodchek. That'll be her first, team's third. So Taylor goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Maggie Taylor's first shot is up and good. First points of the second quarter here, so kind of a slow start offensively for both teams in the second quarter.
Yeah, Maggie's got a really nice touch here, good high release. Shot's going to be long there. Karam rebounds. Larson looks to push. Rangers do a good job of getting back. So again, a lot of the game played over on the right-hand side of the court here. Larson dribbles right side to the middle. Good job by Kara Ronish to slide in there. And she's having herself a game.
She's got a three-pointer, a couple nice rebounds, steps in there and takes the charge. So, yeah, on senior night, Kara Ronish doing a nice job for the Rangers. And she's going to get a break here.
And Josh, we talk about it. There's different things that kind of motivate a team, things like a 5-second count, diving on the floor for a loose ball. I always think taking a charge and really sacrificing your body for your teammates just motivates a team. So we'll see if that helps get the Rangers going. It does not offensively, as there's a turnover. Abby Cutler carries the ball.
So, yeah, the Rangers have done a really nice job defensively holding the Wildcats to 7 points so far in the ball game. And, we talk about their offense. If they can get that going, they stretch that lead out, take a little bit of pressure off of them. But defensively, they're going to be in almost every ball game. They play good defense there again. Maggie Taylor takes the ball away, and she's going to lead the break this time. Brings the ball right up the court. Gets it into Ross. Going to be a travel on the play, so that'll turn the ball over to the Wildcats.
Again, Hill City just kind of offensively can't get out of their own way, so the ball will turn over back to Custer. Give a shout out to Palmer Gulch, who says, Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. Hi, Rick, good to see you. And then also Cade Campbell, good luck, Rangers. So, Allie Cass is able to get around the right-hand side, but not before they call a moving screen on Solodchek. So that'll be 2 now on Alice Solodchek. She's averaging 10 points a game, so that's something to keep your eye on.
Yeah, and they're at 5 team fouls now, so 2 more, and the Rangers will be shooting the bonus. The Rangers only have 2 team fouls so far this half, so no foul trouble there for the Rangers. Rangers offense just setting up here, trying to probe and find a gap. They get the ball into the high post to Taylor. There's
nice
a
find, good
there.
cut. Oh, Ross can't get it to go.
Going to be rebounded by Cass.
Yeah, that's exactly how you have to attack that zone, Josh, is you get the ball, let them collapse on Taylor, and then...
And here's we just what we were talking about, try to get that outlet a little bit deeper, but a good defensive play there made by Sedlacek.
Karam to the mid-range. That's an open look for Cass, and that's going to be good, so that'll cut it to a 1-point lead. Nice find there by Ramsey Karam, and Sedlacek, nothing but net.
Right back the other way. Taylor finds Ross streaking to the basket and gets up and in for 2, so Rangers go back up by 3 points. And Wildcats try to do the same thing, pass just a little bit too far there for Karam, and that'll turn the ball over to the Rangers. That is one of those things that can be demoralizing. The Wildcats hit a big 3 there, and they're kind of trying to get back on the defense, and the Rangers beat them down and score the 2-point layup. Good job by the Rangers.
Yeah, and I know the Ranger bench isn't super deep, Josh, but I still think an up-tempo game is an advantage to the Rangers. I think the slower the pace, I don't know if that's good for Hill City, at least on the offensive end.
Exactly. It forces the Rangers to get into that half-court offensive set where that's just not their forte. They struggle a little bit in the half-court offense. It's going to be a travel there by
Yeah, so Maggie,
Taylor.
the last 2 or 3 possessions, and have been able to spin to her right, so pivot with her left foot back into the right, and she's found open players. That time they double from the right-hand side, so turnover by Taylor, and there's another travel. So
yeah, you know, the keys to the ball game were the turnovers, right? Hill City had 29 and the Wildcats had 30 in the last ball game. Both teams are probably on pace to match that total right now, and something they both, you know, obviously offensively want to cut those numbers down.
So Hill City will set up here against that 2-3 zone. Allie Kelly running the top of the zone for Custer, and there's that right-hand spin, and she's crafty enough. She goes back to her left. She just couldn't quite square her shoulders. Bucket won't go. Good rebound by Bailey Cass to her sister Allie Cass, now guarded by Kara Ronish. Kara makes her give the ball to Allie Kelly into the middle. Shot on the way, no good. Good hustle rebound by Anna Dean.
Yep, Maggie Taylor leading the break for the Rangers.
Yeah, and last time these two teams played, Custer played a lot of man-to-man, and Coach Ginsbaugh had a wonderful game plan last go-around. Really exploited the man-to-man defense, so kind of the game of chess. Now Toby Cass says this time around we're going to play a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 zone, and it has worked so far.
It's given the Rangers fits, and obviously defensively, both teams playing really well. 13-10 here, 3:22 left to play in the second quarter. Very low-scoring game, which I think we kind of expected. Both teams are good defensive, probably have better defenses than their offenses. So
it looks like Coach Cass running a set play to maybe get the ball into Bailey Cass. The entry pass is no good, goes out of bounds baseline. So we've seen a lot of turnovers here in the first half, Josh, and that's something I'm sure both coaches at halftime will talk about, is valuing the basketball. Even if you get a shot off, you at least have a chance at a rebound and a putback, right?
Right. Yeah. Obviously, if you turn the ball over, the other thing that does is it gives the team that created the turnover a chance to get an easy bucket. Hill City's got a couple, and Wildcats have gotten. There's a 3-pointer there by Taylor, who's going to be off to the right, no good. Rebounded by Cass. And she'll look to push the ball herself.
Really good job there by Maggie Taylor. It was kind of a 2-on-1, and you know, when we were coaching, Josh, we'd use the term bluff and retreat, right? Make it hard on the ball handler, make them have to make a decision, and she just kept retreating, and then Cass kind of had to pull up and made that a harder shot than it needed to be, so kudos to Maggie Taylor.
Yeah, going to be a foul called there on Tennyson. That'll be her first, team 6th. So next team foul by the Wildcats, and the Rangers will be shooting the bonus. For the Rangers, Demi Schreier checks into the ball game for the first time. As we talked about, you know, somebody else is probably going to have to step up, take a few minutes that Alexander usually gets, and that looks like it's going to be Demi Schreier. Tries to save the ball out of bounds there, but can't quite do it, so that'll turn the ball over to the Wildcats. Yeah, this you talk about kind of the coming to a bit of a halt offensively.
Yeah.
This quarter has been that 3 points scored by the Rangers and 3 points scored by the Wildcats this quarter. 2:25 left to play until halftime.
Yeah, but it's exciting because any bucket could be like a game-changing play, right? So if you like defense, here it is, Cass to her right hand, and there you go.
Up and in, so brings the Wildcats to within 1 point, 13-12. Ranger lead here, 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Elena Dean gets the ball almost to Ross, but that's going to be another turnover for the Rangers, and the Wildcats now look to push the other way. They're going to turn the ball over back to the Rangers.
So now the Rangers on the run here. Taylor at the high post, and again, that's where you want to see the Rangers cut when the ball goes to the high post. That time, all 4 players stood, double team, triple team when Taylor gets the ball inside, and it will go out of bounds into that dreaded deep short corner inbounds pass, Josh. So if you're the Rangers, what are you running here?
Well, I'm sure most coaches have started to put in deep corner out of bounds.
If they've listened to this broadcast.
Yeah. I mean, of the 30 people listening today, there might be 5 or 6, 7 that are head coaches somewhere. So.
All right, box set to get it in, and it looks like Rangers are content getting it in at 7 on the shot clock, 6-5, and it's just going to be a turnover here. So Larson goes the other way, and it's going to be a push foul by Anna Dean. And really, both teams kind of been careless with the basketball, Josh.
Yeah, 1:21 left to play here in the first quarter. That foul is going to be called on the floor, so the Wildcats will inbound the ball from underneath their basket. Kara Ronish is going to check back into the ball game. She'll check in for Demi Schreier.
Looks like maybe a third player around for Bailey Cass. Well defended there by Hill City and the Kara Ronish, and Anna Dean's going to pick up her second foul in 1 second of play here. And Anna now with 2 fouls, 4 team fouls on the Rangers.
Yeah, I think a big minute 20 here. I mean, both teams have a chance to take the halftime lead. And big shot there by Sedlicek, her second three-pointer of the game. So that'll give the Wildcats their first lead of the ball game. 15-13 here. That trap has just given the Rangers just kind of slowing everything down for them. That pass over to Dean. Dean knocks the free throw down, or the 15-footer down. Ties the ball game here at 15 apiece. 45 seconds left to play in the first half, and Wildcats are going to move the ball around. There's going to be a three-pointer there put up by Cass. Not going to draw iron.
So that'll go out of bounds. 38 seconds left on the game clock, so 3-second differential, you know.
I think you basically play for one shot here. You play for the last shot, and if you don't get it, the Wildcats have 3 seconds left to maybe try to get a half quarter with a 15-15 ball game. I don't think you want to shoot too early and maybe miss, and then give the Wildcats a chance for a run out and to try to take the lead going into halftime.
Yep, good point. Coach Cass looks like maybe he's going to sub a little offense for defense. Keep some players out of foul trouble. So ball's inbounded to Dean, and it almost looks like Coach Ginsbaugh is telling Maggie Taylor, just go post up right at half court. There they go. The Rangers on a little run out. Hey,
that's why we're not down there. We're up here.
Yes.
They did not hold for one. They went right down the court, took the first good look they got, and made it. So now the Wildcats could play for one if they wanted to. Rangers lead by 2 here, 17-15.
Really good job of the Rangers keeping them on the left-hand side of the floor. Shot on the way, and that's twice now that
Karam has got the rebound, just kind of snuck in there on Abby Cutler. She's going to, or that's not Karam, that's Forgy.
But regardless, offensive rebounding for Custer has been a really strong suit for them tonight. So Forgy will go to the line to shoot 2. And it was a foul on Cutler. So the first one is on the way, and it is good. Cuts the lead to 1. And would you really expect anything else here between a Custer and Hill City game?
I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the ball game. The last time they played it, the game went to overtime, and we expected another tight one going into halftime.
So 8-7-6, Rangers push the ball, and that's just going to be thrown out of bounds. And so now Custer will have the ball. They'll get it back with 3 seconds and a chance to
take the lead.
Potentially take the lead. And if you're Coach Ginsbaugh, you're saying do not foul.
You could. Do not foul on a shot.
So Cutler, can't quite get it to Taylor, so that is the way that...
Second half with the basketball, and expect a good one here. Good tight ball game.
Yeah, every possession matters, so that's kind of fun here. Ross to the... So it looks like maybe Hill City's trying to move side to side. Here's that... Almost looked like they wanted to run that hammer pass, that skip play. They had Lily Ross sink to the baseline on the opposite side of the floor. And anyways, Hill City's going to inbound here on the sideline. Got Gabe Harvey going to help inbound the ball, it looked like.
Ball comes into Ross. She's going to get it back out to Dean. Now back to Ross and gets the ball inside to Taylor there. I think that's
nice
where the Rangers
move.
want to get the ball but can't get it to go. Now Cass is going to look to push the ball for the Wildcats. Cass guarded by Lily Ross there. Ross doing a nice job against Cass. Gets it to her sister Bailey Cass.
Again, everything they want to do is going back to that right-hand side. Kudos to Coach Cass for making sure that, you know, they're in the spots where they can score. And Cass, or is that Sedlacek?
Sedlacek up and good. So she's hit 3 outside shots here for the Wildcats. And
yep, that gives her 7 points tonight. She's
Wildcats
the leading
will
scorer.
Take the lead here. Ronish going to put up the 3. Can't get that one to go. And Cass comes down with the rebound. Allison Cass for the Wildcats. Gets the ball over to Bailey Cass, and she's looking to drive on Kara Ronish. Ronish does a nice job defensively there. Going to be a timeout called by Coach Toby Cass of the Wildcats. So first shot up and good for the Wildcats, and they take the lead 18-17 here right at the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah, looking at the score feed at the bottom, I saw that looked like Rhapsody Christian beat Spearfish. I saw earlier that Bellefouche got a victory here in Region 8, so.
Well, and on the boys' side, Blake, STM, and Hot Springs square off, or should be currently playing right now. I believe that matchup was tonight on the boys' side.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the programming, that sultry, smooth voice was Landon Wiley of Wiley & Associates there, joining alongside Josh Dias and Blake Gardner. Again, we are amateurs at best, so we apologize if we're not quite up to your standards. Kind of an interesting box set here, Josh. You typically see them run the box set block, elbow, elbow, and they run it extended out here towards the three-point line. Looked like they wanted to try that third player around screen-to-screener action.
Yeah, Rangers do a nice job of defending it, so the Wildcats will just set up their offense here. Actually, the Rangers looked like it was almost a zone defense, but maybe not. Ronish just kind of staying underneath the basket and then comes out on Cass. Cass's shot is no good, so that'll turn the ball over to the Rangers.
So Dean being guarded here by Ramsey as the ball goes up the right-hand side of the court. Knocked away. Extra pass by Taylor. Good find to Ross, and Hill City needed that. They needed an outside shot to fall. And so that gives Ross 7 points tonight. Nice assist there by Maggie Taylor to find that extra pass.
Yep, and the Rangers take the lead again by 2 points here, 20-18. 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Cass going to dribble and drive. Finds her sister Bailey Cass. Cass guarded by Ronish, and now Allison Cass is going to get the pass from her sister. Going to get the bucket to go and get fouled on the play by Maggie Taylor. So she'll go to the free throw line to shoot the bonus and give the chance for the Wildcats to take the lead here.
Yeah, and that's just one of those where they were doing a great job. Kara Ronish put Bailey Cass in jail. She had rule of verticality. She was straight up and down, and then, you know, just one pass away, whoever was guarding Allie Cass kind of fell asleep, and she was able to cut to the hoop and get a bucket, but does not complete the old-fashioned three-point play. So 20-20 here in the third quarter. And now the Rangers, just can't hold on to it. It was a 4-on-1 scenario there, Josh, and they finally maybe figured out the key to breaking that thing, but
can't quite convert on that one. They'll turn the ball over. I think they'll look to try to break that pressure in the same manner as they did that time and just try to look to attack. So Wildcats will bring the ball into the front court. Defense there by Elena Dean on Larson.
So Hill City kind of zones up in the middle. It's man-to-man, but they really help and sag. Hill City finally gets a hold of the ball. 2 players guarding Maggie Taylor. She has 5 seconds to get it across half court. 3, 2, and Lily Ross will get it across. But again, there's trapping defense. It's just like they have more than 5 players out there. They're so quick. They're so long there. So Taylor gets the ball high post. He's going to try to dribble drive, gets to the elbow and finds a deflected pass.
So, yeah, the nice pass there to Sedlacek. And can't get the shot to go, and Maggie Taylor's going to come down with the rebound for the Rangers. So, still 20-20 here, 4:42 left to play in the third quarter.
All right, so Rangers kind of working inside out here again, and a lot of passes getting deflected, Josh. When we were coaching, we'd say a lot of times fake a pass, make a pass, right? Move the zone with a ball fake, move the zone with your eyes. Shot on the way is no good there. Anna Dean playing defense. She has those 2 fouls, so Allie Cass getting to her right-hand side. Lily Ross picks her up. Good step-through move. Great help there by Maggie Taylor. And then the
toss off.
Yeah, the wherewithal to throw it off Larson as she was falling out of bounds. So good help side. Maggie Taylor tonight's had 2 or 3 of those blocks where she's come over from the help side, and I love that type of block. That block is a really good block. I don't necessarily like it when you're on ball because that's when you get the old pancake slap.
Yep, I agree, because you're maybe not going the same way as the offensive player when you're coming off there and you have a chance to kind of come across and make the block instead of going into the offensive player. So see if the Rangers can get something going offensively here against this zone. Really effective zone by the Wildcats. Ronish's shot is going to be no good, and Bailey Cass comes down with the rebound for the Wildcats. She gets the ball over to Allison Cass.
Blown assignment there.
Finds an open spot there and gets the layup to go up and in there.
So Sedlacek now with 9 points for the Wildcats. And the Rangers here will organize. Again, starting their offense, 25 feet away from the hoop. That's tough. You want to make them come out and guard you, but they haven't posed a threat, right? They haven't made them leave the painted area.
The other thing that it just seems like nice move there by Ross, can't get it to go. It seems like the Rangers make a pass and kind of have the open space and then kind of hold, and it just allows the Wildcats to get to their spots again and basically cover everybody on the floor. So three-pointer there put up. It's going to be short.
Nice play by Bailey Cass to tip the ball off Kara Ronish, and one nice thing is these rims aren't getting hit very often, so
yeah,
maintenance should be easy.
Not gonna have to repaint the rims here after tonight's ball game.
So the referees are talking about when the ball hit Ronish, and referee Whitcraft is saying that he thought it hit her.
They're looking at the shot clock, I think, is what they're doing. So 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
And again, here's that formation, Josh. You just don't see this a lot, where it's out here at the three-point line, box set. And there's that Bailey Cass cutting to the rim, and that's exactly what they were trying to get the first time. It's going to be a foul on Kara Ronish reaching in there. And that's going to be 2 on Kara Ronish.
Second team foul for the Rangers, so the Wildcats will inbound. Baseline out of bounds here. Ball comes into Bailey Cass. Cass gets to the rim, can't get the shot to go, and Abby Cutler will come down with the rebound for the Rangers. So Maggie Taylor on the bench here, so the Rangers kind of look like they're going to, now it looks like Ross is going to run the high post for the Rangers.
And I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there are gaps in this zone, and Hill City just needs to use the guard play to dig into those gaps.
Yeah, and I think like you said, you can dribble penetrate that zone and draw the defense and then look to kick. And I think maybe the Rangers might want to look at taking advantage of that a little bit here. So,
but both teams playing really good defense. Look at Elena Dean keeping Larson to her left-hand side. A little too much body there, but that is a really good job. That's exactly what we talked about. Get on that hip, make your opponent go to their weak hand. So foul on Elena Dean. That's going to be foul number 2 on her.
Third team foul, and the ball comes in, tries to go over the top. Going to be kicked out of bounds, I think, by Ronish, and that'll stay with the Wildcats. We'll see if the Wildcats go with that box set that's kind of down the lane into the three-point line. Looks like it goes with the traditional box set here on this out-of-bounds play.
Kick out to Cass, going back into her left. She spins back. Good back cut, but it was deflected.
Nice defense by Ross there to deflect the ball, and then actually comes away with the basketball for the Rangers.
3-2 to get across. There you go. All right, so the Rangers set up here. Again, you'd like to see them pass and cut, get into those gaps. Right there is Dean. It's going to be a foul on Larson. That's going to be foul number 2 on Jordan Larson.
Just the Rangers maybe just a step or two slow offensively, I think. You know, they move the ball and then kind of wait. And if they could move it quicker off of that first pass, find those gaps, and then I think the zone will open up a little bit for them.
Yeah, the other thing Hill City hasn't really tried yet, you can screen a zone just like you can screen a man-to-man. And it seems like they're content with maybe just kind of standing around the perimeter. I'd like to see them maybe get in there, screen the center of the zone. And anyway, here's a run out. Cass on the left-hand side skips to Sedladchek, guarded by Taylor. Really good defense by Taylor and forces a turnover, and Cutler just can't quite get to that thing. Shot clock at 15. Cass just backing her way down, and they're going to say a little too much, dragging the foot.
Yeah, she kind of just lost her dribble and caused her to get off of balance there and shuffled her feet a little bit, so that'll turn the ball over.
So here we go,
Rangers.
under 1 minute left in the third quarter.
Got a 2-point ball game. The Wildcats lead by 2 over the Rangers, 22-20.
Yeah, and that's one where Dean, she gets down to about 6-7 feet and just maybe doesn't have the confidence to go contest that shot. Cutler in the middle can't get it to go. So 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as Cass will organize, center of the ball, gets it to Allie Kelly, who will get them in their offense. Maybe a high screen and roll here. Kelly rejects the screen and roll, gets back to her right-hand side. Shot on the way is no good, but foul by Anna Dean, and that's going to be 3 on Anna. So
yeah, that's one where you almost say, okay, the screen's coming on her left-hand side. We'll let her go that way on the screen and just go underneath of it. Stay to the right side. Don't let her get that straight line drive to the basket.
Great coaching, Josh. That's exactly what I thought.
All right, first one up and no good by Kelly.
Allie Kelly, daughter of Paul and Tracy Kelly. Paul was a head coach here in Hill City for 6 years, from 2000 to 2006. You were an assistant coach under him.
And then he moved to Custer, so you and I coached against him for a couple years, so we know Paul Kelly well. Second one no good by...
Great rebound by Sedladchek, and that's Karam. Rangers get lucky, but Karam gets another crack at it, and it is no good. Finally cleaned up by the Rangers with 13-12. See if the Rangers can get a shot here. Nice extra pass by Taylor. Cutler, shot is good. And
so that'll end the third quarter. Rangers up by 1, 23-22, so it'll be a tie in that quarter. I think 6 points scored by each team, so low-scoring third quarter. We've got a 1-point ball game. It's going to come down here to the last quarter. I mean, we thought this would be a close game. It is a close game, and
yeah, 6-6 in that quarter. A big 3 there by Abby Cutler right at the end. Lily Ross hit a 3 earlier in that quarter, so that was it for scoring. And then when you look at Custer, they made 3 field goals. Allie Cass had a bucket, and Sedladchek had 2 field goals. So really, not a lot of scoring, but both teams was pretty gritty. They play good defense.
It almost feels like when the scoring is so low, it kind of ratchets up the tension almost, because every basket is a big basket. If the score's in the 80s, it's like, okay, they scored a bucket, we can come back and get 2-3 in a row. But when one team scores a bucket, it just kind of puts that extra pressure on the opposing team to match, or feel like, especially if one team goes up by 2 baskets, holy smokes, it seems like a kind of a mountain to climb. So be an exciting fourth quarter here. Rangers hold a 1-point lead, 23-22, and I'm excited for the finish.
Lily Ross leading the way for the Rangers with 7, and then just a whole lot of balance after that. You see Dean with 4, Elena Dean with 4 or 3, Cutler 3, Taylor with 3. So
All right, so we'll get going here in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats will start with the basketball. Like we said, the Rangers lead the Wildcats 23-22 here, starting the fourth quarter. So Cass will bring the ball into the front court, guarded there by Lily Ross. Gets a screen, switched by Maggie Taylor. Sedlacek takes the ball, shot right at the top of the key. She's knocked that shot down tonight, misses that one. So I think the Wildcats are happy with that shot.
There's that drive that we talked about, and that time she had a little bit more confidence on her right-hand side going to the rim.
Yeah,
so
I think it helped having Abby Cutler there on the other side, and the defense kind of had to worry about both players, and Elena Dean did a nice job of taking the ball right to the bucket and knocking it down, so the Rangers lead by 3 here. Cass controls the basketball for the Wildcats over to Larson. Going to be a foul there called on Elena Dean. So that'll be the 5th team foul on the Rangers, something to keep our eye on. 2 more fouls by the Rangers, and the Wildcats will be shooting the bonus.
Yep, that's 3 fouls on Elena Dean. Also something to keep your eye on. She has 5 points in this game.
Ball comes into Sedlacek, off to Larson. Going to be an offensive foul there. Just kind of lowered her shoulder. Good defense there by Elena Dean to force that offensive foul. So Rangers will take possession here. Allie Kelly will check into the ball game here, give Larson a break.
3 fouls now on Larson.
4 fouls on Larson. We've got a what do you call it when something you're using, a utensil problem, it's going to be a turnover here to the Wildcats. Not sure what happened. I was looking at your broken pen there. Ball goes over the top.
It was an offensive foul on Anna Dean. That'll be 4 fouls on Anna Dean now. Sorry to our dedicated listeners out there. My pen broke. We were having a
I didn't
crisis.
know what was going. It was a crisis.
It was a moment of
like
crisis.
So the Rangers get the ball into the front court. Good back door there by Elena Dean, but you can't get the can't make the connection there. Ross to Dean, so that'll turn the ball over to the Wildcats. Rangers still lead the Wildcats 25-22. 6:47 left to play in the ball game here. Rangers are going to come with their full court man-to-man pressure here. Cass will bring the ball, pass it off to her sister Allison Cass.
They like to work out of the screen and roll. That time Cass uses screen and roll with Bailey, and there's a switch, but
going to be a foul called there. It looks like it's going to be called on Abby Cutler. Nice play there by, it was Cass to Cass there, just kind of posted up on the screen and roll, and Allison Cass found Bailey Cass. Going to be fouled by Abby Cutler, so that'll send Cass to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Next team foul by the Rangers, and the Wildcats will be shooting the bonus. First one up and good by Bailey Cass.
Yeah, and that's Bailey's first points tonight. She's had a really nice season. She's just been off the mark a little bit tonight. So she gets on the board here. It's 25-23. She can make it a 1-point game, and she does. So this one will come down to the wire just as we expected. That's 2 points now for Cass. And Dean dribbles to the middle.
Gets ball into Taylor. Taylor's going to take the shot and
Nice.
knocks it down. So big shot there by Maggie Taylor. So the Rangers back up by 3 points here.
Yeah, nice job of Maggie facing up, kind of the Kevin Garnett move where you keep the ball high. Shot on the way by Cass. Bank is open, and that'll tie the game. So Allie Cass, bucket is up and good. That gives her 10 for the game. She is now the game's leading scorer at 10. So we talked about it, that we maybe run Maggie Taylor on the block. Looks like that's what the Rangers are going to try to do here.
Abby Cutler puts the shot up, can't get it to go. It looks like it's going to be off of Anna Dean, so that'll turn the ball over to the Wildcats. Kara is going to check back into the ball game. She'll check in for Elena Dean. Elena Dean with 4 fouls. So Coach Ginsbaugh playing a little offense for defense here, trying to protect Elena Dean on the defensive side of the court. Tie ball game here. 5:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats control the basketball here. Kelly guarded by Cutler. Ball comes into Cass. Going to be an offensive foul. Looks like the hook there, I think, on Bailey Cass. So Rangers will take over possession of the basketball. Only the third team foul on the Wildcats in the second half, and now Elena Dean's going to check into the ball game here for Anna Dean.
Nice find there. Good ball movement by the Rangers to throw kind of that diagonal pass, and then Ross found Taylor to Ronish, and then that was a really good offensive possession going inside for the Rangers. So we'll have a foul here on Saladchek. That's her third, and Ross goes to the line to give the Rangers the lead again.
Two-shot foul.
So Ross sitting at 7 points tonight. Been a pretty good free throw shooter this year. First one is up and good.
Well, and one thing I was going to say, in that game 3 weeks ago down in Custer, Lily Ross and Maggie Taylor had a really hot hand at the line, which was huge for the Rangers in that game.
Second one is up off the front of the rim. The Landon Wiley jinx.
Yeah, you jinxed her, Landon.
So the Rangers lead by 1. Wildcats bring the ball into the front court. Allie Kelly controls the basketball, guarded by Elena Dean.
Looks like the Wildcats want to go inside to Bailey Cass, who's guarded by Ronish. They skip it out, Saladchek. Little screen and roll. Good jump there by Lily. Now the Rangers have to scramble, and they do.
Nice job there by Lily Ross. She's going to be fouled there by Allison Cass. That's only the 15th foul for the Wildcats.
Yep, and that's only her first personal, I believe.
So the Rangers will inbound the basketball here, lead the ball game by 1 point with 4:36 left to play.
So Cutler checks out of the game. Ball inbounded to Ross. And on this press break, they've started putting Maggie. They've had her flash in from the backside of the press. Ross dribbles in. Nice move, but just can't finish. She really had to extend and kind of reach there. Looks like there's an injury. Bailey Cass. I wasn't watching that. I was actually watching the ball, but she's grabbing her right knee, and certainly you hope that there's nothing serious there. As
well, while we have a chance, we've got a shout out here. M7 Calm 7. Shout out to referee coach Whitcraft, my 7th grade basketball coach.
Oh yeah, he's out here wheeling, dealing. So referees tonight are Travis Ladner. We have Royce Wurtzer and Mr. Whitcraft. So really good crew here. Yeah, kind of a good energy in the gym. Anytime Hill City and Custer play, you know that there's going to be a lot of fans from both sides. As I look down, you know, the Hill City side is pretty full, and
Custer brought a lot of fans over here tonight.
Yep. So always, it's what high school athletics are about. Really, you know, good sportsmanship and a good rivalry between the two teams as Bailey Cass has helped off the floor.
Yeah, I hope she's okay there. It looked like, I don't know if she's looking at her knee, but yeah, it is her knee, so hopefully she's all right there. So going to be the Wildcat basketball. The Rangers lead by 1 point here, 28-27.
So Custer will retain possession. Hill City tried to take it out. Maggie's, you know, she's so good offensively, she thought, well, I'll just take the ball out. It should be our ball. So nearly approaching that halfway through the fourth quarter. Great defense by Elena Dean. She's so quick. Good set play here by Coach Cass as
knocks
Allie
down the
Cass.
3-point. Their big shot by Allie Cass. So the Wildcats take a 2-point lead here on the 3-pointer, 30-28. And Ross gets the ball over to Ronish.
Yeah, and it's one of those, Josh, you talk about how every shot's a big shot now. Now they made that 3, and so it feels like Custer has a commanding lead. It's only a one-possession game, but just feels like whoever scores is taking
the momentum.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Cass tries to go to Saladchek. Anna Dean just hustles her way over, but referee Warser says that there's going to be a foul. I think he's going to call it on Saladchek.
That's going to be her 4th now, so I think both Elena Dean for the Rangers and Saladchek have 4 fouls.
Yeah, and I'm still not 100% sure on the Elena Dean. When I was looking down, my pin was broke. We were a mess up here.
It was equipment malfunction. The pen, I
So
thought maybe it exploded the way you were looking around, but I don't see any ink or anything.
Let's get back to the game. It's 4 fouls on Solodchek. That's important because she's a 10-point scorer for them, and she's a really key piece to what they do. So Dean gets back to the right-hand side. Here's where you want them to attack, right, Josh? And so kick out to Elena Dean. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound Taylor.
Going to be a foul called there. She'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Sometimes you think, oh, it's an outside shot, and maybe you're not the best shooter, but what that does is just opens up the defense. It gives yourself a chance to get the offensive rebound.
What do we say about zones?
Yeah, they're tough to rebound out of, so it does give you that opportunity to get the ball, just like Taylor went and got the rebound there. Now she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
And that'll be foul number 5 on Alice Solodchek. So she will foul out with 9 points tonight. She really had a solid first half with 7 of the points in the first half.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Wildcats, 2 quick fouls there on Sedlacek, and she'll have to go sit the rest of the game, and it looks like Allie Kelly will check into the ball game for her.
Yeah, so they lose a little size. They're going to go with a smaller lineup here. Allie Kelly is more than capable of handling the ball, so we'll see what happens here. Maggie goes to the line to give the Rangers a chance to tie. The first one
off the front of the iron rolls up and in, so shooter's roll for the Rangers, and she'll get a chance here at the second.
So that's 6 points on the evening for Taylor with 3:20 to go here.
Second one is going to be short and rebounded there by Bailey.
Nope.
Allison Cass. Going to be a timeout called by Coach Cass, it looks like. So 1 point lead here for the Wildcats, 30-29. 3:15 left to play in the ball game here. So it's going to be coming down right to the wire like we talked about. And every shot feels big. Every made shot feels big. Every missed shot feels big, right?
It does. And if you're Coach Ginsbaugh, what are you saying in the huddle right now?
Well, I mean, so the Wildcats have the basketball. You want to keep playing defense like you've been doing. I think Elena Dean's been doing a really nice job of forcing the point guard to her weak hand, right? You can see the player usually will put one ball down with their left and then wants to come right back to the right. So you want to force them to that weak hand. You got to do a good job of limiting them to one shot. They did get a couple chances there at second chance points. Limit them to one shot, and then you just want to keep playing offensively. Look to get that shot up and see if you can get Taylor on the rebounds, because it is difficult to rebound out of that zone defense.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Cass, I'm thinking I want to get back into that screen and roll, right? That screen and roll action. Or they've run a couple good set plays where it's a flex cut followed by kind of a stagger screen. Actually, the last basket they made was Allison Cass coming off 2 screens, catching it on the left wing for a 3.
Knocked down the big 3.
Yep.
So.
And this is completely off subject, but in Rapid City, STM's boys are up on Hot Springs 35-30.
So we have a battle there. Hot Springs has really had a nice season. They're 16-1 this year. STM's the big brother, right, in the Black Hills Conference, so they get everybody's best shot all the time, and that'll be interesting to watch. Here's that double screen and roll, Josh, that we just talked about.
By Dean.
Oh, the hook. Yep, that's a great call by Royce Wurtzer. Custer doesn't like it, but from our angle, you could see that Tennyson used her left hand and hooked the Ranger defender. So that was a very good call.
So the Rangers will inbound here. 3 minutes left to play in the ball game. 1 point lead for the Wildcats. Dean gets the ball up to Ross. Ross is going to get the ball into the post area. Gets back out to Dean.
Yeah, and that's one, Josh, where it was a 2-on-1, and you want if a team is going to press you, you want to punish them for pressing you. So when you get 2-on-1s, you need to go score a basket. Hill City not able to do that, and that just kind of validates Custer to be able to say, okay, we're going to apply full court pressure, and you're not going to make us pay for it.
Yeah, so the Rangers retain possession here. 13 seconds left to go on the shot clock, so they're going to have to look to go here. Ross gets the ball into the paint, going to take the ball up, not going to make it, but then going to come down for the rebound, going to get tied up there by Allie Kelly. The Rangers will retain possession. Shot clock resets, 2:33 left to play in the ball game, with the Wildcats still leading by 1 point here.
Yeah, and Solodchek, she owned the center of the paint. She's out of the game now. She fouled out, so it'll be interesting to see if Rangers try to attack the center of the zone a little bit more. Lily Ross did that the last possession, guarded by Karam this time, and there she is, center of the zone. She just can't get it to fall. She's going to pick up a foul. So Lily Ross is going to have her first foul of the game, and that's going to be team foul number 6.
Number 7, so I think that's going to put the Wildcats Cass at the free throw line to shoot a bonus here, some big free throws.
Two good looks on the last two possessions for Lily Ross. They just don't fall, right? So
yeah, your point of having Sedlacek out of the ball game, I think that Rangers can really try to post up Taylor on the offensive side, let her kind of go to work there in the paint. I think they have an advantage that they can exploit if they can get the ball to her.
So Allie Cass goes to the line for a 1-and-1, and she misses the front end, and referees are going to look at it. But, you know, regardless of where this goes, that's about the third time that Hill City's given up an offensive rebound on a free throw. I mean, the game is rigged to help the offense there, or the defense. It's 4-on-2. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves in basketball is that free throw when you give it up like that. So Larson is going to go to the baseline, guarded by Dean. He's going to double dribble. So
good defense by Dean. You know, she just forced her want to go where she didn't want to go, and it caused the turnover, the double dribble. Larson just a little bit uncomfortable there with the basketball, so the Rangers will take over possession. Still down 1 point here, 2:15 left to play. The Wildcats still hold that 1 point lead. We've got not sure what we've got here.
Blood, maybe?
Yeah, I think it maybe.
It's Lily Ross must have a little blood here. So bloody nose. They're gonna. Coach Ginsbaugh has the
cork in it.
Coach Ginsbaugh has the option there of either going with a substitution for Lily Ross. We talked about how the bench isn't real deep, so he decides to call a full timeout.
Got 3 timeouts left to play, or both teams with 3 timeouts, 2:12. Those could come in, obviously, to factor in at the end of the ball game with a 1 point game. Team that behind might want to set up their defense or set up a good play, one of your favorite, best plays on offense to try to get a big bucket here at the end. So
yeah, so I think if you're Custer, you keep doing what you've been doing. You've held Hill City to 29 points, so just playing that kind of that sag-it-in defensive zone. I think if you're Hill City, maybe they've discovered they can get in to the paint and get a shot off. Now, they've missed the last 2 or 3 shots, but those are good shots.
Yeah,
there's no such thing as a bad
like we
shot
said,
when you're at the rim.
I do think they can try to find Maggie posting up in the paint with Sedlacek out of the ball game here. So Hill City inbounds the basketball to Abby Cutler, guarded there by Cass.
They went man-to-man this time, didn't they? No, they're still in zone. Nice reverse layup.
Up and in by Elena Dean, so nice bucket there. The Rangers take a 1 point lead. Minute 54 left to play in the ball game, and Cass is going to bring the ball into the front court for the Wildcats.
There's that screen and roll here. They go under it. That's how the Rangers defend it. Kelly, top of the key. And again, it's one scoop shot. You want to try to keep her going left, and going to have a jump ball. That'll stay here for Custer. So the shot clock will reset.
Yeah, good.
1:37 left here, left in the game.
Good rebound there by Dean. You'd like to see her just rip it. She kind of was holding the ball out, and the defense was able to grab it. If she rips that through, she
so cross screen. Back to Larson. Seems like everything is going through Cass right now, so I would expect nice move, though, by Ramsey Karam, and rebounded there by Maggie Taylor. Just be strong with the ball. She kicks it to Cutler. Plenty of time left. Custer's not going to panic here. There's no need to foul. Shot clock is down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's just a 1 point ball game. 1 point lead for the Rangers, so the Wildcats just want to play good, solid defense here, try to force the Rangers into a bad one. If you're the Rangers, you want to try to work some clock and get a good shot here.
Ooh.
Going to be a tip pass. It's going to stay with the Rangers. Only 6 seconds left on the shot clock, so obviously Hill City's going to have to go quick now. Coach Ginsbaugh smiling over there on the sideline. He must
5. Just Rangers can't handle the ball, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So 52 seconds left. Great defense there by Custer to force a shot clock violation. So 1 point game here. Hill City Rangers lead. Custer Wildcats 31-30.
Now we're going to start using some timeouts here. Custer takes their third to last timeout. So I think that would be their third timeout.
Yeah.
With 52 seconds left to play here in the ball game, the Rangers lead the Wildcats 31-30. Hey, we said it at the beginning of the ball game. The first game that they played went into overtime. We figured that this one was going to be a close game. 1-point ball game. You know, it's got a chance. It's coming down to the last minute. Has a chance of maybe going to overtime.
Yeah, and you have to give the Custer Wildcats a lot of credit here. Bailey Cass sitting on the bench with an injury. Saladchik fouled out. They're down 2 starters. They're competing. They're hanging in there. And then, you know, with the Rangers, obviously their rotation has been a little shorter today. It's a fun game, and, you know, the last minute of the game, who mentally is still there to make the right play, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we talked about every shot being a big shot with 3 minutes left to play in the ball game. Now every shot is really a big shot.
Yeah,
with
both teams in the bonus.
Yep.
So next foul, either team shooting 1-1, so that's something to pay attention to. I expect Custer to go through Cass. I just think screen and roll. I think maybe her away from the ball, coming off some stagger screens. I guess we'll see here what they do.
All right, we're looking forward to an exciting finish here. Wildcats will inbound the basketball. Rangers come out with their full court man-to-man pressure here just to try to see if they can get a steal there. Elena Dean
almost
just about
gets
did.
a deflection.
Yeah,
And one thing I was going to add, guys, was I think both teams know that the 4 seed's on the line here, too.
So Cass gets a full head of steam. She's going to her right-hand side. Taylor's playing. Oh, Taylor was just a little bit late getting there. Nice job, whoever was posting
looks
Taylor
like they
up.
called it actually on Lily Ross, kind of on the underneath there. So Cass will go to the line to shoot 2 foul shots.
Yeah, and Cass has had a nice fourth quarter. She has 6 points, 13 on the game. She did miss the front end of that last 1-1, but she won't miss that one. And so that ties the game at 31. So she gets a chance here to take the lead in the game. She is just 1 out of 3 at the free throw line.
Can't get that one to go, and Maggie Taylor comes down with the rebound, so we have a tie ball game here with 39 seconds left to play. Taylor gets the ball over to Abby Cutler. Cutler pulls the ball out to Ross.
And so there is, you know, a 7-second differential here between the game clock and shot clock, so you're just trying to get the shot that you want here. Maggie going to the right, offensive. Yep, she extended that arm. Great job by Ramsey Karam to slide over. That was absolutely the right call there. And so 21 seconds left. Tie game, Josh. Here we go.
Yeah, Wildcats going to have a chance to get the last shot if they can retain possession. Of course, the Rangers going to come with some pressure defense. You want to play good, solid defense, but you don't want to foul and put the Wildcats on the free throw line. So
Cass gives the ball up to Larson, and Coach Toby Cass is going to call a timeout. They'll have a sideline out of bounds with 12.6 seconds left here.
Yeah, and he's using his timeout to try to get his best play, right? And I would not be shocked to see Cass take the last shot. You usually want your best player, your leader, to take the best shot if at all possible. So he'll probably draw something up for Cass on the other side of the basketball. Coach Ginsbaugh is probably telling his team the same thing, right?
Yep, and you know, Maggie Taylor's just done such a good job helping. She's so long and athletic, and then you look at, you know, Elena Dean's doing a great job. Really, Lily Ross, not known for her defensive prowess. She's done a good job on Cass in this game. 12 seconds. They have options. Custer can either throw it into the backcourt and run a set play out of it, or they can get something trying to go to the hoop. You know, if there was less time, you would have to have something going to the hoop. But 13 seconds, they have a lot of options.
Plenty of time, and in fact, plenty of time if the Rangers really need to focus on limiting the Wildcats to 1 shot. How many times have we been in ball games where the first shot is up and no good, the team gets the offensive rebound, and it's that second shot that can really kill you. So play good defense, limit them to 1 shot.
Yep, absolutely. And Cass will be the inbounder here, so expect maybe a give and go where she gets the ball back, or they'll run her off some screens. So Larson here going to be guarded. A little loop play. Interesting. And the Rangers get the ball back with 4.8 seconds left.
Yeah, I really wonder if that's what Coach Cass had in mind on that. I mean, they did get what looked like was going to be a good shot.
So 5 seconds. Okay, you know, we used to time this. Now, we used to coach on an 84-foot floor. This court is actually 94-foot. This is college regulation. But a high school boy can dribble from baseline to baseline in just under 5 seconds. So I think people see that, 4.8 seconds, you got to shoot a half quarter.
No,
That's a lot of time if you can get ahead of steam. Now, Custer's been really effective at slowing the Rangers down by making them pass the ball and turn it. So
yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what Coach Ginsbaugh does, because something that I think he could do is use Taylor as the passer, because she can see over the defense and maybe try to get something around half court, try to get a shot at the buzzer here. What you do want to do is obviously retain possession. You don't want to throw it all the way to the other end and have the ball go out of bounds and give the Wildcats the ball right back underneath their basket.
If you're watching and you don't know and that ball goes out of bounds on the other end of the court, it comes back to where it was thrown in at.
If it's not touched, right?
Yep, if it's not touched. That's one option. You say, hey, let's just play for overtime. You get the ball in and you hold it. I think you'd be a little bit aggressive,
I think you have to be
right?
aggressive and
Maybe
try to
you
make
do the
the winning
Maggie
shot if
Taylor,
you can.
Christian Leitner type play
it looks
here.
like they're actually going to have Anna Dean take the ball out, and they probably look like I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get it to Taylor, kind of throw it up in the air where she can go get it. We'll
but
see
if you
what
can get
happens here.
Elena Dean with a head of steam here, and nice job by Custer making her go to the left. And that's what we talked about. There's a lot of time. So for Hill City to shoot a half quarter with 3 seconds, Coach Ginsbaugh is saying there was a lot of contact there, though, and Lily thought that it was a foul. But regardless, we're going to overtime, baby.
I don't think you can make that call there. That's like the Super Bowl hold on the last play of the game. You can't make that call at that point in the ball game.
So here's my question: how many matchups or how many schools do you see that play each other twice going to overtime in both games?
You know what? It's a fun rivalry. We're both Hill City guys, and we know we have great relationships with a lot of people from Custer and vice versa. And it's a lot of fun, and you'd expect nothing else. It's a lot more fun when the games are like this, isn't it?
Absolutely, for both teams. I mean, both the players know each other. They play basketball with each other in the summertime, so it's a really fun rivalry. Like you said, a lot of the kids know each other, and parents too, since we're so close. So good rivalry, good ball game. We might as well play another half quarter here.
Yeah, let's do it. So what is at stake, Josh?
Well, like we said at the halftime, Custer, really the 4 and 5 seed are on the line here, and what the 4 seed earns you is a home court game in the first round of the playoffs, which I think everybody would say they would rather play at home in the playoffs and host that playoff game than go on the road. So really, whoever wins this ball game is in the driver's seat to host a playoff game against. If Hill City wins, they'll be hosting Custer. If Custer wins, they'll be hosting Hill City. So, most likely, this is not the last game that we're going to see between these two teams. And obviously, both of the first two have been extremely close. So, jump it up here, 4 minutes more of basketball.
Again, thank you for joining us. If you're just tuning in, we're headed to overtime, 31-31. That is the correct score. I know it's been a low-scoring game. It's been a defensive battle or an offensive struggle. But the Rangers and Wildcats tip it off here in overtime from Coach Ginn's court in Hill City, South Dakota. Again, thank you for tuning in. Dean will center the ball. Custer sticking with that zone defense. Actually, they're man-to-man. They just switched here. So Hill City running a shuffle offense. And I would be surprised if they did not go inside to Maggie Taylor. But Maggie's kind of floating sort of an amoeba hybrid defense. There you go.
The post there.
So she's one-on-one in the post, and you just knew it was a matter of time before they fed her the ball in the low block.
I will be really interested to see if Coach Cass just says we're going to play man-to-man this first possession to try to throw off the Rangers and go back to that zone defense. It's been extremely effective defense against the Rangers, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that zone defense the next time down the court.
Yeah, that's a good point. Taylor goes to the line here. She went 1 out of 2 her last attempt. She makes the first one. 7 points tonight for her, and that gives the Rangers their first lead of overtime.
Good points. It's just tipped. The first points of overtime give the team the first lead of overtime.
So the second one on the way is good.
Also good. So the Rangers lead by 2 points.
So Cass gets a full head of steam going at Lily Ross. It's been a fun matchup to watch here tonight. Larson guarded by Elena Dean. A little high screen and roll action, and that's what's really hard is because if you show too much, you leave Cass unguarded. She's a good player. She'll make you pay if you don't stick right with her. There's a little miscommunication, and Lily Ross.
Really good hustle by Ross to go get the basketball, and she's going to get to the other end and score for the Rangers. It was like both of the Wildcats thought maybe the other one was going to get the ball, and Ross just went over there and stole it, and it looks like Dean's going to steal the basketball away there. Going to be a tie-up, so going to stay with the Wildcats, but really kind of a jolt of energy here for the Rangers here in overtime. They go up by 4 points, 2:52 left to play in overtime. So the Wildcats are going to look to get the ball in and set up something here. They really need a bucket here. Rangers lead by 4 points, like we said, with this low-scoring ball game, which seems like a 8-point lead in most ball games. So Cass gets the ball into the paint, can't get the shot to go, and Taylor's going to come down with the rebound for the Rangers.
Yeah, the Rangers really got lucky there, though, because they helped off of Cass, and you know, the
Left
Rangers
her wide open.
They got very
shot.
lucky. She's a good player, so back to man here, Josh. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but so Hill City's got some. They'll get back to their base offense, 5 out, just kind of pass and cut. Coach Ginsbaugh is going to call timeout. I would not be shocked now
if they go back to the zone.
If they go back to a zone here.
Right there, Coach Ginsbaugh called a timeout. And maybe, you know, if he looks back at it, does he want that timeout? He had Maggie Taylor going to the post and probably right where the Rangers wanted to get the basketball at that point.
Yeah, but if you're Custer, this is danger zone because points have been hard to come by. So if Hill City can get a bucket here, 6-point lead seems bigger than a normal game. Where
right, just like we said, this 4-point lead, I think this is one of the largest leads of the ball game yet tonight, a 4-point lead. So it's been tight throughout. Buckets are hard to come by, so they seem like they're worth more than in a normal game.
Yeah, so I would expect the Rangers running something here against man-to-man, and I wouldn't be shocked if Coach Cass says we're going to come back at 2-3
I would
zone.
say Coach Ginsbaugh is saying be aware that they might come out in a zone, because to me it just seems like Custer almost has to come out in a zone, just how effective it's been all ball game.
All right, so the buzzer sounds. Here we go, 2:17 to play, 4-point lead for the Hill City Rangers, and this is a really big possession. 14 seconds left on the shot clock here in overtime. So the Rangers starting a box set. Karam, who's guarding the inbounder, she's going to sag off.
They do stay in the man-to-man here for the Wildcats defensively.
So sideline triangle, they go high-low. Good play call by Ginsbaugh.
Yep, gets the ball into Taylor, and Taylor's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. So really nice play designed by Ginsbaugh to try to get Taylor the ball in the post.
And you know, Custer fans are saying, well, Maggie just climbed the ladder. She climbed over us, but she just was making a good play for the ball.
I thought she kind of got undercut there. I thought it was the correct call, so she'll get the first one to go. So the Rangers lead by 5 points, 2:09 left to play in the overtime period here.
And that foul's on Tennyson. That's her third. And Taylor in overtime, 3 for 3, 9 points on the game.
Second one also goes for Taylor.
So there you go. It's a 6-point game, 2 minutes to go, and Coach Cass is going to call a timeout. You know,
the Rangers lead by 6, and you know, Coach Cass needs to keep his players involved, right? 6-point game. It's a 2-possession game. Like we talked about here, it can feel like it's just a.
Ooh, there was a fake timeout. So apparently we're back to live action. Landon, get the camera back on the floor here.
Interesting. No, it wasn't a timeout. You're saying 5-out offense, 5 out, 5 out.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Gets right to the rim. Nice job there by Larson to get right to the rim and knock down the shot. Big shot needed there by Custer.
Larson's first points of the evening, and none bigger than that one, that's for sure. So the Rangers looking to milk a little clock in this man-to-man defense here. 20 left, 21 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, they're organizing here, getting a play set up. Ball comes into Taylor.
She just gets swarmed. Ronish. Nice dive. Plenty of time here.
There'll be 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
So baseline out of bounds, 4 seconds to go. Hill City's going to stack it up. It does look like they go zone this time. So Anna Dean, top of the key, unguarded. They're going to throw it high post to Maggie, who might have had time to come down with it.
Yeah, I think she had plenty of time. The shot clock hasn't even gone off
Okay,
yet.
So a little bit of life here for Custer, but if you're the Rangers, you're saying, hey, look, we've only given up 33 points through 35 minutes of basketball. So dig in here, play good solid defense. Larson, again, just scored a bucket on the last possession, so they're going to do a little horn set, double screen and roll. Ross does not show. I think probably a smart decision.
Yeah, and Anna Dean will get the ball, take it right to the bucket, can't get the layup to go, and rebounded by Custer. That's one you maybe say, okay, let's just run some clock here. Now Custer has a chance to get within 2 points or one with a three-pointer. Shot up and just long, rebounded there by
Now here's where you go find your best free throw shooter and get her the ball.
Oh, hopefully
and maybe it's
Anna Dean, because she just got fouled. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus here, so she'll have 2 free throws. And Anna Dean is a good free throw shooter. She's got nice.
Yep, and that was a good look by Custer down here. They had an open three for Kelly, just wouldn't go, and so a good job of cleaning up the defensive board there by Anna Dean.
First free throw is going to be short.
Again, Anna on that possession before that had the steal. She's just a playmaker. I mean, she just always around the ball at the end of the game. If you remember, she had the game-winning basket against Sturgis. She stole it at half court, made a left-handed layup as the buzzer went off. So she goes 1 out of 2. Quickly the other way is Allie Kelly and the Custer Wildcats to the rim. She's going to shuffle her feet. So lead remains at 5, still just a 2-possession game, so plenty of time, 39 seconds left. So if you're Custer, no need to panic, but you do want either a 5 count or get a foul as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think you're with a 5-point game, you're right. I think you want to extend the game if you can, put the Rangers on the free throw line and see if you can gain some momentum there. If they miss a free throw, make 1 out of 2, you can still come down and gain ground here. 37 seconds left to play. Plenty of time really to make up a 5-point lead for the Wildcats. So Elena Dean will go to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus here.
And a final from Rapid City. STM did defeat Hot Springs 55-41 in a really good boys matchup.
All right, first free throw is up and good for Elena Dean.
Yeah, that was a big free throw. This next one is also really big. That gives Elena 9 points tonight. This next one would, in theory, make it a 3-possession game. Shot is on the way, no good. So Cass is going to get the ball. That's who Custer wants. And so you can expect a lot of attention here from the Hill City defense. Cass dribbles baseline. Good defense by Lily Ross. Karam shot on the way. It's going to be blocked.
Blocked by Anna Dean, and she'll get fouled on the deflection, and she's going to go to the free throw line.
And in overtime here, Anna Dean's name has been called every single possession almost. So great play defense by Anna Dean. And that's going to be, it looks like a bench warning.
So Anna Dean will shoot the double bonus here.
Yeah, good job. I don't know, was that Anna that blocked that shot?
It was Anna that blocked it, and then she got the rebound and was fouled. So she'll go to the free throw line to shoot the double bonus.
Yeah, and that was a great closeout by, because Karam's a shooter, right? Oh, so they actually did call a technical. So it was not just a warning, it was a technical. So Dean goes. And I don't know if these are the technical or the...
I think they normally shoot the technical free throw first.
So Anna misses the first, wide right. Stays on 5 points.
So who was that technical on?
The coach.
Cass, yeah.
Second one is good, and that's a big one. And
so those were the personal foul free throws. So now Maggie Taylor will shoot the technical free throws here for the Rangers.
So Maggie Taylor goes to the line. She's been 4 for 4 here at the line in overtime. She's at 10 points tonight. First one is up and good. So she's made a killing at the free throw line. She is 8 out of 10 here tonight.
Second one can't get the
I
second
jinxed
one
her.
to go,
I did the Landon Wiley jinx, but she's 8 out of 11 at the line tonight, and she has 11 points. And so again, the way a technical works is the Rangers will retain the basketball here. Good defense by Karam.
Abby Cutler gets a steal, and Lily Ross comes down with the basketball. She'll be fouled there by Allison Cass.
Yeah, so it's an 8-point game here with 19.7 seconds left. Ross goes to the line. She's had a good season knocking down free throws. She's at 10 points here tonight. Nice game for Lily Ross. Her and Taylor combined for half of the Ranger points. So the first one is good. And you know, it looks like the Rangers will hold on to win here tonight, but these two teams are going to see each other again. And I don't think either one feels super confident about playing the other
obviously
here.
Both games went into overtime, so, you know, Custer could have had either of these ball games, and they're going to be playing again in about a week and a half here, I think.
So Cass, 3 here on the way. They're going to say it hit the shot clock, and that's the right call, so it does. So the basket is no good. So a 10-point lead for the Rangers. Be interesting to see if Custer just plays it out here, and certainly appears that way. So that is the way the game will end. 43-33. Nice win here for the Hill City Rangers, but certainly hats off to the Custer Wildcats. They came in and they were a little shorthanded also and gave the Rangers everything that they wanted.
Yeah, second game with the Rangers versus the Wildcats in the second overtime matchup. You know, the exciting thing about it is we're going to have a third, right? Looks like the third game is not 100% final yet, but right now the Rangers have the upper hand to host that playoff game.
Well, that's going to be dependent on, I think, what happens now against Wall on Friday.
Right.
Yep, the Rangers beat Wall, they host. It's that simple. So if they lose that game, then it comes down to strength of schedule, you know, the power points at that point. But regardless, tonight they hang on to win.
They did what they needed to do to get that home playoff game in the first round of the playoffs. So very, very good ball game. What do you have for the stats there, partner?
Okay, so for the Custer Wildcats, we'll start with them. Allison Cass led the way, 14 points tonight. She had a nice game.